Would like to call the March 13th, 2025 Covina-Valley School Board meeting to order at 5:33. Roll call.
Simon Wright,
Here.
Maria Caceres,
Here.
Rachel Robles,
Here.
Maria Cruz, absent. Sue Malucci,
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. This takes us to item 3, adoption of agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt? Moved by Ms. Robles. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Malucci. Any discussion? Roll call.
Simon Wright,
Here. Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes. Yes.
Rachel Robles, Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 4, public comments. Public comment regarding closed session. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any closed session agenda items will be granted 3 minutes. Ms. Robles, do we have any public comments?
Thank you. We have one public comment for closed session. As a courtesy reminder to ensure the public's right to be heard, the board has adopted Board Bylaw 9323B, which states 3 minutes may be allotted to each speaker and a maximum of 20 minutes to each subject matter. Education code restricts action or discussion by board members on non-agendized items. Please understand that a non-response does not mean that members have not been heard or they will not take your comments into consideration. Thank you. Adam Hampton, hello.
Hello. Good evening. Adam Hampton, president of CUEA, representing 600 teachers, counselors, nurses, and speech and language pathologists. CUEA is content with the tentative agreements reached thus far during this bargaining cycle. We're in the midst of hashing out a new special education article and look forward to constructive dialogue with the district's team to bring that article to accord. As we metaphorically round third base in our current negotiations with the district, we look forward to a creative solution to the salary enhancement and hours of employment questions. We will be bringing forth several ideas that will make the district more attractive to new hires and help retain more veteran teachers while acknowledging that new funding to the district from the state is limited. It's our hope that the district approaches these ideas with an open mind and that we can swiftly reach resolution. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Item 5, closed session. At this time, we will adjourn to closed session to discuss the items listed at 5:36. We will reconvene to open session at 7 p.m. Item 7, Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Paredes.
Thank you, President Wright. I would like to invite Sophia Nevico, 8th grader at Sierra Vista Middle School, and Principal Garcia to the podium. Sophia will begin by leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would everyone please stand, take off all hats, and put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Good evening, Board President Wright, Board of Education members, Dr. Emmenheiser, cabinet members, and guests. As a proud principal at Sierra Vista Middle School, it is my privilege to introduce one of our most outstanding students, Sophia Nevico. In addition to being an exemplary student, Sophia is also an exceptional student leader. She serves as one of our web mentors. She is a member of our National Junior Honor Society, president of our Builders Club, and a founding member of our wrestling team. To tell you a little bit more about her experience at Sierra Vista, please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Emmenheiser, and guests. My name is Sophia Nevico, and I'm an 8th grade student at Sierra Vista Middle School. I'm honored to be here today to share some of the amazing things Sierra Vista has to offer. Our school community has truly fostered an environment where students can find their place and build connections. What sets Sierra Vista apart is our wide variety of clubs and programs. As Mr. Garcia has mentioned, I'm the president of Builders Club, a student-led organization focused on volunteering and making a difference in both our school and the Covina community. We've participated in events such as the Halloween Boo Bash, the Christmas tree lighting, and Covina Christmas Parade. Builders Club is one of our largest and most active clubs on campus. We also offer a wide range of other clubs, such as Dungeons and Dragons Club, Awaken Faith Club, Fashion Club, GSA, Guitar Club, Hiking Club, Gardening Club, and many more. Regardless of what your interests are, we have a club for you. Our school culture is also shaped by our leadership programs, ASB and Web. Students in both classes have the opportunity to attend leadership conferences, including the Rotary-sponsored Teen Leadership Camp, which I had the honor of attending, and the National Teen Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. ASB helps organize student-led rallies and school events, while Web supports incoming students by helping them transition into middle school. This year, Web introduced something called Crash the Class, where Web students teach lessons to our sixth graders on topics such as goal setting and staying on task. A third program that is a big part of our campus is AVID, a program that I've been a part of for the past 3 years. AVID is a college prep elective and program that stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. AVID has helped me become more organized and goal-oriented while preparing for college. Through AVID, we work on projects that teach us about college, career options, and teamwork. We also visit college campuses to explore our educational options, and by the time we finish middle school, we'll have visited 4 campuses. Lastly, I'd like to mention our new middle school wrestling program. As a wrestler myself, I'm thrilled that our school now offers a program for students to prepare for high school wrestling. This program is supported by Body Lock, founded by South Hills Wrestling alumni and led by Coach Matt Ramirez. It provides students with the opportunity to learn from experienced coaches such as Thomas Williams, a 4-time state qualifier and a 3-time state placer. This program is open to all students, and for those like me who plan on wrestling at the high school level, it's a great foundation. I'm especially excited about the new South Hills girls wrestling team, which opens up opportunities for female students as women's wrestling is one of the fastest growing sports in our nation. Sierra Vista isn't just a place of learning, it's a community where students are encouraged to grow, challenge themselves, and strive for success. Thank you for taking the time to listen and for your continued commitment to our students' futures. And I'd like to add, as a future Husky, let's fire it up.
Item 8, report of action taken in closed session. In closed session, the board voted unanimously to approve the compromise and release agreement for student case number 2024-110177. Recognition. Item 9. Item A, recognition of student board member Gianna Herrera, national representation at the Inclusive Innovation Action Summit. Dr. Kearns?
Good evening, Board President, Board of Education, Dr. Emmenheiser, Cabinet members, and guests. It is always an honor to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our students, and tonight we are incredibly proud to recognize Gianna Herrera, our dedicated CVUSD student board member. Gianna recently had an incredible opportunity to represent not only our district, but students across the country at the Inclusive Innovation Action Summit in Oakland, California. As one of just 4 students selected nationwide by the League of Innovative Students, Gianna played a key role in shaping discussions that will help bridge in-school and out-of-school learning in STEAM education. Gianna brought her leadership, insight, and passion for activating STEAM learning, ensuring that student voices were at the center of the conversation. She delivered 2 powerful speeches, actively engaged in roundtable discussions with educators, and helped develop actionable strategies to create more STEAM opportunities for students across the country. Gianna is a dedicated student to education, innovation, and student advocacy, and she continues to inspire us all. We are incredibly proud of you and cannot wait to see the impact you will continue to have.
All right. Item B, winter sports. Dr. Paredes.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Bright, Board of Education members, Dr. Emmenheiser, cabinet members, and of course, our Covina-Valley Unified School District families. The moment we've all been waiting for, it is my privilege to introduce our high school principals and athletic directors who will assist us in recognizing the outstanding teams and selected athletes for our winter sports teams. Tonight, we're joined by the following principals and their athletic directors: Dr. Daisy Carrasco, principal of Covina High School, and athletic director Joe Brown and Jessica Galander. Dr. Leo Maglione, principal of Northview High School, and athletic directors Marcel Perez and David Ochoa. Mr. Terry Abernathy, principal of South Hills High School, and athletic directors Darren Murphy and Jacob Calderon. Let's give a big hand for all of them. All right, just a few directions. Athletes, as we call your sport and your name, please come to the stage to receive your certificate. You will then move to the right and head to the foyer to take a picture. So you'll come up here, get your award, you'll move that way, and you'll go out with your team to take pictures. But before we do that, we are going to be recognizing our CIF champions for the winter sports. After we recognize you by each team, you will stay here to take a picture with our board members, okay? So as we start to do that, I'd like to invite the South Hills athletic directors, Darren Murphy and Jacob Calderon, who will recognize one of our amazing CIF champions.
Alrighty, so we're starting off with our CIF championship competitive cheer team. If I could have Coach of the Year, Cynthia Fuentes, up here. And as well as assistant coach, Bree Avalos.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Cynthia Fuentes. I'm the head coach over at South Hills. Coach Bree.
I'm Coach Bree.
Tonight, we're excited to celebrate the achievements of our South Hills competition team. Since June, our team has shown incredible hard work, dedication, and resilience. Their efforts have paid off as they are now the 2025 CIF Southern Section 2A Division champions, marking their second CIF championship in the last 3 years.
We'd also like to recognize 3 athletes for their outstanding achievements, being named the CIF Southern Section Traditional Competitive Cheer All CIF Team. Congratulations to Alea Jenna, Ava Mendoza, and Jaylene Fuentes. And again, a special congratulations to our head coach, Cynthia Fuentes, who was named Coach of the Year in 2A Division.
The team wrapped up their season in February by dominating at nationals, beating out 22 teams. They were first in prelims and first in finals, becoming the only team in our division to perform a perfect routine with 0 deductions for both days. Not to mention, they are now the USA Spirit National Champion title in the intermediate division for a first time in South Hills history. This team has set a new standard for our program, our district, and all of our athletes. We are committed to continuing to grow and develop our team and can't wait to earn even more titles for South Hills and Covina-Valley. We are also looking to expand our coaching staff to help support our future success. The future of South Hills cheerleading is incredibly bright. Congratulations to the South Hills competition team on an outstanding season, and a big thank you to our parents, supporters, administration, and our incredible coaching staff. Coach Bree, we couldn't have achieved this without your guys' continuous support. Thank you.
I believe we want to hear each of their names.
Behind or with?
Come up when you hear your name. We have Jaylene Padilla, Madison Hernandez, Kaylee Chacon, Mia Quesada, Nadia Gonzalez, Raylene Torres, Rochelle Ortega, Alaya Garcia, Gianna Garlington, Hailey Portillo, Isabella Ponce, Ayla Fuentes, Caitlin Kraus, Jaylene Fuentes, Alyssa Mesa, Ava Mendoza, Camila Moran, Alea Jenna, and Charlotte Wright. Congrats, girls.
And let's give it up one more time for our CIF champions. Next, I would like to invite up Athletic Director David Ochoa and Marcel Perez for the Northview Wrestling.
Well, thank you guys for inviting us tonight. We're very proud to be here. So we have three of our coaches here, Roy Lazaro, Steven De La Fuente, and Mike Duran. And Coach Lazaro is going to come up and speak about this year's team.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to say thank you for the honor, and wanted to start off by recapping our season. This year, our ladies won the Central Division CIF Championship. Not only that, we qualified all 12 to Masters, and we're team runner up at the Masters with 8 state qualifiers. At the state tournament 2 weeks ago, we had a finalist and 2 state placers, and as a team, we're runners up in the team race, making us one of the best teams not only in the state but one of the best teams in the country. Okay, congratulations, girls! Amazing season. With this program, winning the state championship is always one of the goals. Sometimes that's standard, and those goals create unnecessary expectations and pressure. But our approach has always been the same. Fall in love with the process. Don't worry about the outcome. Love the sport and fall in love with the grind. Give your absolute best and leave nothing in the tank. Everyone here is a huge part of all these accomplishments, but some went above and beyond and decided to leave their heart and soul and sometimes even their body on the mat. With a busted nose, black eye, injured shoulders and knees, we battled through doubt and fatigue and persevered through it all. Okay? Wrestling is an unforgiving sport. Nothing is promised. Yet this team put the faith in the coaching staff and believed and kept pushing and fighting to the very end. For all these sacrifices, you are champions. Okay? Thank you to the board, Northview leadership, Dr. Magallon, our incredible coaches, Coach Steven, Coach Shaq couldn't be here, Coach Mike Duran, and their families and wives. And a big thank you to Coach Ochoa for everything he does for everyone. Congratulations, girls, on a great season. You deserve this recognition. Okay? Seniors, it's my honor being your coach. Returners, we got unfinished business. Thank you.
Hey, can I get the girls up here, please? And I'm not going to do it like you guys. I'm just going to start reading their names as they're coming up. Okay, Denise Aldemovar, Destiny Alonso, Fernanda Andrade, Samantha Barrera, Maria Bazavilvaso, Serenity Benincourt, Ashley Bisgard, Jaylene Campos, Emily Cruz, Jamie Cruz, Marcy Cueva, Mila Elizalde, Alicia Esqueda, Vivian Feinberg, Samantha Felix, Annabelle Figueroa, Arlene Franco, Isabel Frost, Natalie Gomez, Sophie Gomez, Isabella Hinojosa, Mia Hooper, Valerie Juarez, Leila Juarez, Timaya Lazaro, Arabella Lowe, Sophia Mesa, Isabella Odor, Jaylene Pardita, Marlene Pardita, Destiny Porras, Savannah Pratt, Samantha Rivera, Juliet Salazar, Marie Saldana, Alejandro Sanchez, Isabella Sanchez, Juliana Suarez, Dana Tapia, Delilah Tapia, Madison Tolentino, Emily Trujillo, and Zoe Vallejo. This is our CIF Championship wrestling team.
We need Coach Ochoa in there. Next up, Covina High School.
Hi, everyone. On behalf of Covina girls basketball team, I would like to recognize Kennedy Porter and Mariana Morales. Kennedy Porter has been a standout athlete for our girls basketball team, leading the team in both points and assists. She steps up when it matters most, leads by example, and pushes everyone around her to be better. Her hard work and commitment to her teammates shows in every game. Mariana Morales is the heart of our girls basketball team, leading by example with her work ethic and passion. Whether on the court making key plays or off the court putting in extra effort, Mariana's commitment to excellence is inspiring. Her leadership, determination, and drive to always improve make her an asset to the team and a role model for her teammates. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to have Northview girls basketball. Could we have Ariana Sanchez and Shania Moreland please come up? Ariana led the team this year, and she 10 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, was a consistent performer, provided a strong foundation of the team's scoring efforts. Her and Shania were both the catalyst of our program, who finished second in league with a record of 14 and 15 and 7-3 in league. So again, we have Ariana Sanchez. Thank you.
Okay, I have the honor of talking about South Hills girls basketball, led by head coach Dan Sevilla. Round of applause. And his assistant coaches, Coach Marquise, Coach Whalen, are in attendance. Now can I get Dania Evans and Alexis Guerrero? So South Hills junior Dania Evans and sophomore Alexis Guerrero led the Huskies to a second place finish in the Hacienda League and to the CIF playoffs in Division 3 AA. Both of these student athletes were selected to the Hacienda All-League first team. They both averaged a double-double in points and rebounds this past season. Dania led the CIF Southern section in block shots with 202 block shots and was the runner-up for the league MVP. The future is bright for the Huskies, who are returning all their core players and will look to take the next step to winning a league championship led by these two exceptional young ladies. Another round of applause, please. Thank you. Next up, Covina.
Our boys basketball team was led by Coach Shaw. In Coach Shaw's inaugural season as head boys basketball coach at CHS, the team had a tough start to the season, but finished very strong with a 9-6 record. They finished in 4th place in the Valley Vista League with a 5-5 record. Highlights of the season included a preseason victory over South Hills, along with 2 league victories over Northview. Ryan Munoz was team MVP, leading the team in both scoring and rebounding. Kaleo was Offensive Player of the Year and the team's second leading scorer. Both players served as team captains. Can I have Ryan Munoz and Kaleo come on up? Sorry, I forgot. Both players served as team captains, and both players were named first team All Valley Vista League for the 2024-2025 season. Next up is Northview.
For Northview High School, we have Aaron Ariola and John Rincon. Can you guys please come up? John Rincon is an accomplished student athlete who has dedicated 3 years to playing varsity basketball alongside his athletic achievements. Impressive 4.0 GPA. His hard work and was recognized by his first team All-League in the Valley Vista League. He going to further his education by attending the University of Southern California, where he'll be majoring in civil engineering. Next up, we have Aaron Ariola, again, a dedicated student athlete with a 3.9 GPA. He's demonstrated his commitment and leadership throughout all season and was one of the catalysts of this program. He will be pursuing his degree in kinesiology and aiming to build a career in health and fitness. This is Aaron Ariola. Next up, South Hills High School.
Good evening. I have the pleasure to talk about South Hills boys basketball. If I can have the 2 boys come up, Cruz Valdez and Diego Rivera. South Hills boys basketball team faced a challenging 2024-25 season. Despite some tough losses, they showed remarkable resilience and unity. Through every trial and tribulation, they fought hard, supporting one another both on and off the court. Their perseverance and brotherhood were evident as they continued to give their best effort, never letting the season's struggles break their spirit. While the results may not have reflected their hard work, the bond they shared as teammates remained unshaken, proving that strength comes from standing together. I wanted to take a second to recognize these two extremely talented young players. Both Cruz and Diego have consistently demonstrated an incredible work ethic and energy, not just during games, but in every practice and team activity. Their enthusiasm on the court is contagious, uplifting their teammates and setting a tone of positivity and determination. Cruz's leadership and unrelenting drive inspire those around him, while Diego's focus and spirit help create an environment where everyone feels motivated to push their limits. What sets these two apart is not only their individual efforts, but the energy they bring to the team as a whole. Off the court, they are equally committed to supporting their teammates, whether it's offering words of encouragement, lending a helping hand, or just being there when needed. Their dedication to fostering a positive team culture and working together for the greater good of South Hills boys basketball has been a huge part of our success this season. If we can give one more round of applause to our two South Hills basketball players. Thank you. Next up, Covina High School.
Thank you. Good evening. I have the pleasure of recognizing our girls soccer program at Covina High School. At this time, I'd like to bring up Gianna Herrera and Jaylene Valdivia. Senior Gianna Herrera, who you've already met tonight, leads by example in every way with a 4.0 GPA. She earned academic all-league honors for the past 2 years and was an outstanding teammate. She not only excelled in the classroom, but also outworked her opponents on the field. Additionally, she provided tutoring for any teammates that needed it as well. Jaylene Valdivia set the standard with her positive attitude and relentless work ethic. She was a force on defense, never missed a training session, and consistently encouraged her teammates to do the right thing. Her optimistic outlook made a lasting impact on the team. Thank you. Next up, Northview High School.
Northview High School, could you please come up, Jaden Powers and Jaylene Estevez? Jaden Powers has been a captain for 4 years, has maintained a 3.5 GPA, and as a captain holds her defensive line accountable for their hard work, and it keeps the team positive in no matter the circumstances. Jaylene Estevez is the first-year captain who has led both the midfield and the offensive line to a successful season and growth, holds a successful GPA as well as TAs for multiple teachers. She is also a all-CIF athlete for flag football and shows her leadership qualities on and off the field. And this is our girls soccer team.
I would like to recognize our South Hills girls soccer team led by head coach Scott Maccabee. If I can get these two ladies to come up to represent the soccer team, Natalie Robledo and Leilani Sanchez. After releaguing, the Hacienda League was the most competitive it has been in a long time. After a slow start, the girls kept getting better and better. Their hard work paid off in the last game of the league, scoring a golden goal in overtime for their 8th consecutive league championship. The players on the team represented South Hills and Covina-Valley really well, both on and off the field. Specifically, Natalie Robledo. Natalie is a senior captain that plays in the midfield. Her ability to see the field well, her leadership skills, and her desire to get better in everything that she does earned her all-league recognition and made her an invaluable member of our team. She has received a few offers to play in college next year, but is still deciding if and where that will be. Natalie Robledo. Leilani Sanchez. Leilani is another senior captain and played forward. She led the team in scoring for the 2nd straight season, scoring 15 goals with 8 assists this year. Her stellar play led to her being named the Hacienda League's offensive MVP. As good as she was on the field, what sets her apart is her work ethic and selfless attitude. Like Natalie, she is also in communication with college coaches and is still deciding where she will be attending in the fall. It is not easy replacing student athletes like these two. They should be proud of all that they have accomplished as part of South Hills girls soccer program. Congratulations. Next up, Covina High School.
Good evening. I have the pleasure of introducing these two gentlemen from our boys soccer team, Juan Delgado and Kevin Velasquez. Together, these two players have helped transform Covina soccer. Before they arrived their freshman year, wins were few and far between. Their leadership and dedication has helped guide this program during their 4 years to a CIF championship and putting Covina soccer on the map. Kevin Velasquez is a true leader who believes in his team and never gives up. He led the team in scoring this year and displayed perseverance and positivity. Even when facing injuries and setbacks, no matter what the challenge was, he remained resilient and committed. Juan Delgado exemplifies dedication both on the field and in the classroom. With a 4.0 GPA, he earned academic all-league honors both years he was eligible. He was a consistent force on defense for 4 years. He leads with maturity, professionalism, and an unwavering work ethic. Win or lose, he remains respectful to his teammates, opponents, and his coaching staff. He set a high standard for all those around him. Covina Soccer wants to thank these two gentlemen for everything they've done in the last 4 years. Thank you. Next up, Northview High School.
Northview High School boys soccer, could we get Charlie Garcia and Edson Acevedo? This year's soccer team went 12-8-2. They were league champions under coach Mikey Chavez. This is the third league title in the last 4 seasons. We are especially proud to recognize Charlie Garcia, who had a phenomenal season, consistently stepping up and leading the attack. His ability to perform under pressure made a huge impact on our team's success. Edson Acevedo was another key player, delivering when it mattered most, especially in league play. His dedication and clutch performance were vital and unforgettable. Both Charlie and Edson exemplify leadership, perseverance, and excellence throughout the season. Thank you very much, fellas. Charlie and Edson Acevedo. Next up, South Hills High School.
Representing South Hills boys soccer tonight, can I have senior captains Rob Barajas and Isaiah Gallardo come up, please? Overall, our South Hills boys soccer team went 8-6-4 this season. It was a great season by this group. We had some tough competition this season. For preseason league, we played a very difficult schedule. Fell short on some things, what we thought we could accomplish, but we did make the CIF playoffs, and we had a good run. And coach is very proud of these two for leading the group and playing a tough schedule and making the CIF playoffs. Senior, also Alex Gonzalez, he wanted to mention, was the co-defensive MVP of the Hacienda League. He was a key defensive player for our whole season. Overall, coach was very proud that this was a great team effort from the whole team. And he wanted to also say that our bench was outstanding as well. And he wanted to congratulate these two players for leading us to the CIF playoffs. Thank you. Next up, Covina High School.
Okay, good evening. I have the pleasure of talking about our girls wrestling program. At this time, I'd like to bring up Giselle Monganel and Alyssa Phillips. Wrestling program at Covina continues to grow with 7 competitors this season and hopes for even greater participation in the future. This team was led by a dedicated group of juniors, including Captain Giselle Monganel, who was a CIF qualifier. Alyssa Phillips had an outstanding first year, winning the league championship, placing at CIF, and qualifying for CIF Masters. Both teams provided strong leadership, showcased physical and mental toughness, and were exceptional teammates. This program has a bright future with high expectations for the coming years. Thank you. Next up is South Hills.
All right, so I get the pleasure of talking about our South Hills girls wrestling team led by head coach Chris Lopez. If I can get Mia Bella Medueno and Anissa Lopez to come up, please. So for South Hills girls wrestling, they went from one wrestler to 21 this year and rebuilt the whole roster. Their dual record was 6-5 in their first year, and they had multiple top 3 finishes at tournaments. Anissa Lopez was a CIF play. Excuse me, sorry. Was a CIF placer, 6th place. Mia Bella was a CIF placer as well, 5th place. And both girls also qualified for Masters. And Anissa was also a top 6 Masters finisher. The girls are returning 13 of their 14 varsity wrestlers for next season, and there's high expectations for a league championship and a top 3 CIF finish. They're excited about the growth and development of the program, and they look forward to these 2 girls leading the program next season. Thank you. Next up, Covina High School.
Tonight, I get the pleasure of talking about our boys wrestling program. At this time, I'd like to bring up Seth Devers and Jesse Salazar. Covina Boys Wrestling had a strong season, led by these 2 hardworking seniors. Seth Devers, who is a 3-sport varsity letterman, was one of our CIF qualifiers. Next to him, Jesse Salazar was the team's most decorated wrestler, placing in 6 tournaments and finishing 8th at CIF. Overall, the team had 6 CIF qualifiers, which was an improvement from the previous seasons. With a growing roster and many dedicated underclassmen in the program, the future looks bright. Thank you. Next up, Northview High School.
I'm going to talk about boys wrestling at Northview, but before I do that, I would like to thank the district, the board, and the leadership for supporting our sport and bringing it to the middle school so that we can continue to grow and become stronger as a district. And so today we're going to highlight 2 of our 10th graders who are both CIF champions. We actually had 3 CIF individual champions this year, and they were all sophomores. These 2 young men, Elijah Butler and Elias Flores, they led our team to its 28th consecutive league championship. We finished 2nd in our CIF division. We finished 8th place in the Southern Section Masters. And these 2 young men won CIF, placed in Masters, and qualified for state. And Elias Flores was a member of the Cal Grapplers since at a very young age. Elias has a fearless approach to the sport that separates him from his competition. He has an unbelievable work ethic. He finished 1st in the league, 1st in CIF, and 3rd in Masters, and qualified for the state championship this year. It's Elias Flores. And then we have Elijah Butler. Elijah is also a product of our youth program, the California Grapplers. He's had an amazing season. He won 1st in league, 1st in CIF, and he pinned everybody at CIF. He was in the finals at Masters, and he placed 7th in state, which is amazingly hard, guys. Like placing in the state of California right now in the boys division is such a big accomplishment. So Elias is one of the best sophomores in the history of our school. So congratulations to both young men. There are several coaches at our school, but our boys team was led by Coach Bobby Bellamy. Next up, Covina High School.
Coach Ochoa.
I just wanted to thank you for always keeping us updated on everything that's happening in your program. Not only do you tell us about all of their accomplishments on the mat, but academically, I mean, you support the athlete and the scholar. So I appreciate that.
All right, I have the pleasure of talking about our cheer competition team. They are currently competing at a stunt competition right now, so they are not here, but I would like to recognize Alina Pasantes and Desi Monroe. This competition season was filled with excitement and challenges. We entered into a whole new division with our game day routine and learned so much from the experience, and ended with the first place at World Class SoCal Championship. Our show routine consisted of only 7 girls that were full of determination and perseverance. These were 2 outstanding individuals that helped deliver dynamic performances for our Colts. Alina was not only a power back spot, but she also learned how to base advanced level skills within a short period of time. Desi was our other outstanding athlete whose drive proved to be a force to be reckoned with. Congratulations, Alina and Desi, on all your accomplishments. Next is Northview.
Both our ladies couldn't attend today because of competition, so we're just gonna announce their names. Traditional competitive cheer, Marissa Cervantes and Emma Silva. Thank you.
All right, back to wrestling. South Hills Boys Wrestling, led by our head coach, Claudio Ciañez. Representing our team tonight is Jordan Phillips and Rex Topete, if they can come up. The 2024-25 wrestling team was a fun one to coach, as it was mainly talented underclassmen that will lead the charge next year. We had lots of individual success, from tournament placings all over Southern California to our 3 Masters qualifiers. The program will have great success with over 90% of the team returning next season, along with the 3 all-CIF placers. Once again, let's recognize Jordan Phillips and Rex Topete representing South Hills Wrestling. Next up, Covina High School.
Okay, I have the pleasure of talking about girls water polo, our first ever girls water polo team in this district. I would like to call up Paulina Bocanegra and Daniela Becerra. Okay, so I had a pleasure of coaching 12 fantastic athletes during Covina's inaugural season for girls water polo. None of these 12 girls have ever touched a water polo ball or even knew what it looked like when they started, but that did not stop them. Playing against many established teams in the area, we finished with an 8-8 record and beat out Roland to finish 3rd in our league. Paulina was given the task of playing one of the most difficult positions in water polo, set guard. She was always paired with the other team's strongest player. Paulina played many roles for our team and never let that stop her. She led the team in assists and scored the most goals from out of 6 meters. Danny played the wing. During our season, she led the team in most ejections drawn. Danny leads by example and has the best work ethic and determination. Danny finished off her senior season by scoring the buzzer beater against Roland at our final game to put us into 3rd place. I'm so proud of these seniors and wish them the best.
Again, we just want to thank all our coaches, our athletic directors, and most of all, the players and students and the families for supporting them throughout all the sports. Let's give a big hand.
Item C, Employees of the Month. Dr. Dahl and Mr. Jacobson, please.
Good evening, President Wright, Board, Dr. Emmenheiser, Executive Cabinet, Cabinet community members, students. We are so excited to be here tonight to recognize the February Employees of the Month. And our first Employee of the Month that we are recognizing is, ta-da, Nicole Prado. Come on up.
Nicole Prado, Secretary 1 at Barranca Elementary School, is a constant friendly face, and voice for the school community, always providing warmth, professionalism, and dedication. Beyond that, her kindness, efficiency, and unwavering support make a lasting impact, and she's consistently appreciated by everyone around her. Her dedication to the school and its families make her truly deserving of this honor, Employee of the Month. Congratulations, Nicole.
Our next Employee of the Month is Krista Taparong. If you could come up. Krista is a DHH early start home teacher who provides vital support to families with children ages 0 to 3. Yes, you heard me, 0. She has been newly identified with the students who have been newly identified with hearing loss. As the first point of contact between these families and the school district, she offers not only guidance in listening and language development, but also reassurance, encouragement, and a bright hope for the future. Her dedication, compassion, and commitment to empowering families and fostering communication skills make her an invaluable asset to the district. She is truly deserving to be our February Employee of the Month.
Our next Employee of the Month. Congratulations, Miss Shirley Doe. Shirley Doe, a Secretary 2 in Nutrition Services, exemplifies dedication and teamwork in everything she does. She's always willing to lend a helping hand, even when she's busy, and the request may cause an inconvenience or disruption to her schedule. Her attentiveness and inquisitive nature ensure that she fully understands any task she takes on, allowing her to communicate effectively and provide clear details when seeking assistance. Shirley's commitment to excellence and willingness to go the extra mile make her an invaluable asset to CVUSD. Congratulations, Shirley.
Next up, we have Carlos Flamenco. Unfortunately, Carlos could not be here tonight. And if you know him, you know he is a dedicated maintenance worker and painter who has spent over many years in our district single-handedly maintaining 23 school sites. We wish he could have been here tonight, but he had a family commitment. But we still want to recognize him. We have 2 more. Can we have Jessica Huggett? Come on up. Jessica is an autism special education teacher at Grove Center Elementary School. She has made immeasurable impact on students, families, and colleagues throughout the entire district. She goes above and beyond to provide resources and support that ensure consistency between school and home. Jessica is a mentor and leader. She welcomes new teachers both within the district and beyond. She is a trusted go-to educator. She is known for her kindness and generosity, always celebrating her colleagues, organizing gifts, and ensuring those around her feel supported and appreciated. Her dedication, leadership, and heart truly make her deserving of this recognition. Congratulations.
And for our final February Employee of the Month, I'd like to call up Kathy Galindo. Kathy Galindo, a supervisor in our Maintenance, Operations, Facilities, and Transportation Department, is the definition of dedication and versatility, going above and beyond in every aspect of her role. She plays a vital part in training new bus drivers, ensuring they're well prepared for their critical responsibilities of transporting our students throughout the community. In addition to overseeing facility reservations, custodial orders, and vehicle maintenance, she keeps operations running seamlessly throughout the district. Kathy's ability to juggle many responsibilities with grace and efficiency make her truly deserving of this Employee of the Month recognition. Congratulations, Kathy.
Item D, Association of California School Administrators, ACSA, Region 15, Administrators of the Year. Dr. Perez.
I'd like to invite my assistant up here, Dr. Kearns, Vanna White. All right. We would like to recognize some very important administrators tonight. When I call up your name, please come up here. We're going to start with Andrea Katanik. Dr. Katanik, my one and only Director of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Katanik has been recognized with the prestigious David G. Millen Mentoring Award and Scholarship of the Year for her exceptional leadership and dedication to mentoring educators. And she does that very well, I will tell you. In addition to this honor, Dr. Katanik will have the opportunity to select an aspiring administrator to receive a $1,000 scholarship, further supporting the development of future educational leaders in Covina-Valley. Thank you, Dr. Katanik. Stay up here. Our next one is Terry Abernathy, principal of South Hills. Fired Up has become the rally cry of the South Hills High School, thanks to the energetic and visionary leadership of Principal Terry Abernathy, named Secondary Principal of the Year. He has fostered a culture of school spirit, student success, and community pride. His dedication to creating a thriving, supportive environment has been a lasting impact on students, staff, and the entire South Hills community. Thank you, Principal Abernathy. Next, we'd like to call up Matt Leduc, Assistant Principal of Covina High. Mr. Leduc is recognized as Secondary Co-Administrator of the Year. Matt Leduc has demonstrated outstanding leadership in supporting students, staff, and school programs at Covina High School. Through his dedication and collaborative approach, he has elevated every aspect of school, from programs to events to academics, including the significant growth of the dual enrollment program. His commitment to expanding opportunities for students and enhancing the overall school experience has strengthened the Covina High community. Thank you, Mr. Matt Leduc. Our next administrator, who's been recognized several times this year, is Ryan Maddox, principal of Tri-Community Adult School. As a recipient of the Adult Education Administrator of the Year Award, Principal Ryan Maddox has led Tri-Community Adult School with a vision and dedication. Under his leadership, the school has greatly expanded career technical education, academics, and community programs, providing adult learners with more opportunities for success. His commitment to innovation and excellence has made Tri-Community to a showcase adult education program, empowering individuals and opening new pathways to personal and professional growth. Thank you, Mr. Maddox. Next, we'd like to call Beth Mossman, principal of Manzanita. Wow, Beth, you must be loved. Dr. Beth Mossman has been honored as Elementary Principal of the Year for her outstanding leadership at Manzanita. Through her vision and dedication, she has transformed Manzanita into one of the best Spanish dual immersion schools in the region, providing students with a rich bilingual education. Her focus on academic excellence, students' engagement, and community partnerships has created an enriching and supportive learning environment where students thrive. Thank you, Beth Mossman. All right. And our last one, we'd like to call up Ryan Price, principal of Ben Lomond Elementary School. Principal Ryan Price has been honored with the Charter Leadership Award for her outstanding leadership with Covina-Valley Leadership Association. Through her dedication and advocacy, she has strengthened collaboration among administrators, supported professional growth, and fostered a positive culture of leadership through the district. And I just want to add that she keeps all of us in line to be a part of AXA Region 15. So we want to thank you for all your hard work. So let's give a big hand for everyone, and we'd like to take a picture with the board members.
Item E, welcome new administrator, Dr. Emenheiser.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to welcome up and introduce Miss Jessica Marshall, who has been our interim assistant principal of Sierra Vista Middle School, and she has graciously agreed to become the permanent assistant principal of Sierra Vista Middle School. Jessica began her career in the Hacienda La Puente Unified School District as a child development technician, which laid the foundation for her passion for education and student growth. Prior to joining CVSD, she also worked in Roland Unified as an English teacher and AVID teacher, as well as Arcadia Unified as a school counselor. She is a nationally certified trainer for AVID and joined Covina-Valley in 2016 when she became the counselor at Las Palmas Middle School. Her experience as a counselor, teacher, and parent shined through in her leadership, dedication, and commitment to our students, staff, and families. Jessica is also fluent in Spanish, allowing her to connect with our bilingual students and families in meaningful ways. Her commitment to fostering a positive and inclusive learning environment make her a perfect fit for Sierra Vista Middle School. So please join me in welcoming Jessica Marshall as our new assistant principal at Sierra Vista.
Good evening, Board President Mr. Wright, Covina-Valley Board of Education, Dr. Emmenheiser, our amazing cabinet and executive cabinet. I wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for allowing me the opportunity this year to serve as the interim assistant principal at Sierra Vista, and also to thank you for giving me now the privilege of being the permanent assistant principal at Sierra Vista for the upcoming school year. As I go into my 10th year here in the district and my 20th year in education, I realize, number one, I'm getting old. And number two, I've had some really amazing opportunities here and in other districts and experiences, as you mentioned, as a teacher, a counselor, and now as an administrator. And I have all of the wonderful support from you guys to thank just for pushing me and believing in me. It's been such a great experience here in the district the last 9 years. I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that you guys have given me throughout these years, and also just for pushing me and propelling me into all of my roles, but now into my administrative role. So thank you all so much. I want to thank my mom, who's here as well, and my stepdad. They both worked for Hacienda La Puente for over 30 years. My stepdad was a board member for 2 terms. He passed away a couple months ago, but I know he's here with me, so we're just, really thankful for the opportunity, and I appreciate all of your support. So thank you.
I'd like to move for a 5-minute recess.
I'll second that.
There's a second. All right, I say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Back from our recess at 8:18. Brings us to item 10, presentations. Item A, math curriculum adoption process. Dr. Paredes?
I'd say I'd like to invite Dr. Katanik there, but she's
She's out
already
there. Go
there.
ahead.
She's ready.
I'm ready.
Wait, you're not Dr.
She'll be
Paredes. Who are you?
giving a presentation on our TK5 math instructional materials evaluation. Thank you.
Good evening, Board President Wright, members of the board, Dr. Emmenheiser, members of cabinet, community members, and guests, those who have weathered the storm. Over the last 2 years, I've had the pleasure of working with over 40 elementary teachers that make up our math curriculum committee. The committee's representative of all grade levels, TK through 5, all school sites, and includes special education teachers, math intervention teachers, and dual language teachers. On this evening's agenda is their recommendation for you for the adoption of math curriculum. This committee went through an extensive process to arrive at their recommendation, and I'm here this evening to share that process with you. I first want to point out that this is an off-cycle math adoption. Off-cycle means we are adopting before the California timeline for adoption. And that timeline has been delayed multiple times, mostly due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the revision of the math framework. We chose to move forward with this adoption for several reasons. Number one, looking at data, you can see that the current math materials are not meeting our students' needs. 2, our current math materials were adopted in 2014, so they're outdated. They don't meet the current standards and framework. And 3, the materials that we reviewed and piloted are the materials that the publishers are presenting to State of California for approval for adoption. Just to give you an idea of our elementary curriculum timeline, we are proposing the adoption of math tonight for adoption in the 25-26 school year. And we generally in California have been on an 8-year cycle for adoption. So our expected next adoption would be 33-34. We adopted English language arts and ELD for elementary in the 17-18 school year. And because of the pushback of math, we expect there'll be a pushback of ELA and ELD as well. So our next adoption will probably be in the 28-29 school year. Based on that 8-year cycle, our studies weekly social studies adoption would be up for renewal or a review and pilot the 31-32 school year. And the Twig Science that we started this year, we would expect to look at new curriculum in the 35-36 school year. Here's the timeline for our current math review and adoption process. We started last year in the 23-24 school year with a Foundations Day. Then we went on to paper screening, publisher presentations, and training over the summer so that we could start this school year with our 2 pilots and then select materials. That first day, our pre-evaluation or Foundations Day, was led by Kara Jean Hyde, who's our partner with the University of California Irvine Math Project. She really helped provide a mathematical foundation for us, for all of us on the committee, that included a focus on those mathematical practices. We reviewed our data, and we saw a need to really focus on our special education and English learner student groups. And then we developed a rubric for screening materials based on the Common Core standards and Covina-Valley's LCAP goals. That paper screening, we used that rubric, and the rubric was focused on the areas of conceptual development, procedural fluency, problem solving, differentiation, assessments, and pedagogy. And this is just an excerpt of that rubric. Our rubric ended up being 3 pages long. So as you can see, for each area, there were several subcategories and questions, and then we ranked those subcategories based on the percentage that we were able to see that just by flipping through the paper materials that we had, the print materials that we had in our hands. So we paper screened the 8 curriculum that scored green, which means meet standards, on the Ed Reports website. And just a little background for you, Ed Reports is a nonprofit organization that assists K-12 schools with selecting high-quality instructional materials by providing professional reviews of the program that help our school districts basically have a starting point. So they reviewed the materials and said, okay, these 8 have what you need. And then we were able to look more in depth at them. So based on the review of the print materials using those rubrics I just showed you, the committee selected Eureka Math Squared, iReady Math, and Reveal Math for our next step, which was publisher presentations. At the publisher presentations, teachers participated using the rubrics again, but this time based on the information that the publisher was giving us. They were able to ask questions, dig deeper into the curriculum, and explore the digital resources for each program. Based on the publisher presentations, the committee selected Eureka Math and iReady Math for pilot. Both of these programs were head and shoulders above the 3rd program, so we felt confident moving forward with 2 for pilot. And also both of these programs were available in both English and Spanish. So our first pilot was Eureka Math Squared, and that pilot included publisher training, mid-pilot virtual check-in, and an end-of-pilot check-in and survey. And the second pilot was iReady Classroom Math, which involved a publisher training, weekly virtual check-ins, classroom coaching, a mid-pilot check-in, and an end-of-pilot check-in and survey. iReady is a national company, so they were able to offer extensive support and professional development for teachers. Great Minds, which is the publisher of Eureka Math, is a nonprofit public benefit corporation that advocates for curriculum And while as they didn't have as many supports, they did provide a very strong curriculum with research-based instructional methods that were proven to work for all learners, including students below grade level and English language learners. Following the pilots, we had all of the teachers complete anonymous surveys in order to make sure that every voice on the committee was heard. They completed the anonymous surveys, and then we reviewed those surveys together. Here you see the teacher comments about each program's strengths. These comments were taken directly from the anonymous survey completed by the pilot teachers. So just to highlight a few for Eureka Math, one strength was ease of use, as well as helping students feel successful, a focus on developing conceptual understanding, and encouraging students to explain their thinking and justifying their solutions. Some highlights from the iReady classroom math. It was connected to iReady for data groupings and interventions. Students had opportunities to collaborate, and there were numerous opportunities to practice the concept. Here are some teacher comments regarding the challenges of each program. Some of the challenges of Eureka Math Squared were teachers having to supplement lessons for extra practice. There were specific manipulatives that only were available for Eureka Math Squared, and there was some extensive prep time for teachers. Some of the challenges of iReady Classroom Math were that teachers would also have to supplement lessons. The TK program was not ready yet, and the program had so many resources that it could be overwhelming at times. One of the things we discussed many times with it was that there's no perfect curriculum out there. And if there was, we would all be buying that one. What we needed to look and find was a curriculum that met the needs of our students and our teachers. So next we moved on to curriculum selection, where we looked at the survey data and reviewed it. We had extensive discussion and a deliberation, and then we held an anonymous vote. We then had an additional discussion to make sure, because not every teacher voted for the curriculum that was selected, but we wanted to make sure that every person could leave that room supporting the selection that we made. And then at the end, we had a confirmation vote, which was 55% for Eureka Squared and 45% for Ready. As you can see, these are two very strong programs. And I feel like we could not have gone wrong in our decision, but we felt confident that Eureka Math Squared was really going to help our students with those foundational math skills and concepts that we are currently weak in. That was very important for our teachers, and it also was helping the teachers teach those concepts better. We held an in-person public review of materials. Parents were invited through Parent Square and school social media. And parents were invited to either come in person, they could also review online, or I made myself available by appointment if they couldn't come during any of those times. We ended up having 17 parents and community members come to review the material, and I was able to provide one parent with additional information through email. So our next steps for math adoption is your vote this evening, and provided you approve the adoption of Eureka Math Squares, we would then order materials, schedule trainings, which would include an after-school overview for teachers in the next couple months, and then an option for full-day training where teachers could choose to attend in the spring, the summer, or fall based on their needs and schedules. And then we would schedule monthly virtual after-school coaching. Additional supports requested by the committee were in-classroom coaching and weekly after-school coaching, which we are currently working on funding for. So in conclusion, our recommendation to the Board of Education is that you approve the adoption of Eureka Math Squared for grades TK through 5. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to the committees. I just have a quick question. I don't have one that works.
It says that there's a lot of teacher prep time. with the Eureka?
Mhm.
Ooh, is there anything that can be done to like lessen that? Any help? Oh, I don't.
Yes, that's a great question and something that actually so as soon as we selected this as a recommendation for adoption, we started making plans for things that we would need to put in place for the fall. So I have already started working with the elementary principals to devote part of our Tuesday, Tiny Tuesday time for planning and preparing the math to make sure that we are all using the new materials. And a lot of it is preparation that takes time the first time around, but then you have those things for future years.
We have all the manipulatives and all that.
Not yet, but
Not
we
yet,
will
but
be
we
getting
will.
them.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. And parents need support with homework, more support than now?
The program comes with parental support, which was one strength of this program as well. So there's videos that they will be able to access online, as well as like parent letters that explain how it works. And then we plan to have parent trainings where they can kind of see the materials and how to use them and what to expect at home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item B, summer school update. Dr. Paredes.
Thank you. I would like to invite our Ed Services directors who will be giving a full presentation of our summer school.
Hello again, Board President Wright, members of the board, Dr. Emmenheiser, members of cabinet, community members and guests. We are here this evening to share with you our summer 2025 plans, starting with our elementary school program. This summer we'll be offering elementary summer school at Ben Lomond, Grove Center, and Merwin. This is an expansion from last summer where we had 2 summer school locations. Each site will host general education students, special education students in general ed summer school, ELD students, and special education students in the extended school year program. We anticipate building small class sizes at approximately 18 students, which will keep class sizes small because historically attendance declines each week of summer school. This program will be offered Monday through Friday from 8 to 12:15, and our target groups are students that are 2 years below grade level in language arts and math, and we'll focus on the low-income foster English learners and special education students. And just like last year, if we have space available in the program, we'll start offering summer school to students that are 1 grade year below as well. So we will be offering targeted English language arts intervention, and our resources will be our iReady intervention lessons, SRA reading laboratory, and small group leveled readers. And we will be focusing on reading stamina, reading comprehension, reading independence, and vocabulary development. We will also be providing targeted math intervention, and our resources will be iReady intervention lessons, UCI math intervention lessons, and BRIC math. Our focus will be counting and cardinality, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. And we will monitor student progress using pre and post assessments. In addition to ELA and math, we'll be offering that ELD support. And we will be doing this as a pull-out program so that our ELD students can participate in the general education summer school program, as well as receive specific English language development support. We will also be offering social emotional learning support, physical education, and Spanish and Mandarin dual language programs.
We are excited this year to bring middle school summer school back to all 3 spots. Last year we had it only at Travick due to construction issues, but this year the kids get to stay at their home schools. They'll be starting on June 9th and going all the way through July 4th with the holidays in between. It will be a Monday through Friday program with a 8 to 12:15 start and stop time. We are targeting students in this program that are below grade level in both language arts and math, with a focus on low income, foster, English learners, special education, and accelerated math students for those who qualify. We'll be offering classes that support student success through intervention, acceleration, and career exploration. We'll be offering an ELA and math intervention course that is targeted for academic support to help students strengthen foundational skills and meet grade level expectations. To measure student progress, we will be offering pre and post assessments and administer those to ensure that students are making measurable growth during the summer. We'll also be offering an elective and a CTE wheel this summer. Our Career Technical Education Exploratory Wheel will be designed for rising 8th graders, that's current 7th graders, that will provide hands-on experience in multiple career pathways, helping students to explore their interests before entering high school. And of course, we have to focus on the importance of creative and physical development. So we'll be offering both music and physical education opportunities for students in middle school. We'll be offering English language development and math acceleration. The ELD courses will provide academic language support to our multicultural learners, helping to develop the skills necessary and measuring their progress in both pre and post assessments. Math acceleration courses will then challenge students who are already ready for advanced coursework in math and prepare them for a higher level at high school. All these courses will be integrated with SEL strategies that will be embodied into all the courses. A new program this year, which we're excited to share, is we'll be partnering up with Mount SAC, like we often do at the high schools, but in middle school. Mount SAC will partner up with us to offer incoming 8th graders, so that's current 7th graders, opportunities to take any of the following: academic success in math, academic success in English, or study skills to prepare them for the following year. Like middle school, we'll also be offering high school programs. These are both Covina Unified and also Mount SAC courses being offered. They are in different semesters. Semester one will be from June 9th to June 24th. They are 6-hour days with a holiday in between. Semester 2 starting June 25th and running through July 11th. Fair Valley will also have summer school starting June 9th and going through July 4th from 8 to 12:15. And we will be offering summer high school graduation July 10th here at the Haynes Center at 9 a.m. We hope to see you guys there. We'll be expanding student opportunities as well by offering courses that focus on academic support, credit recovery, career exploration, skill development, and all those in between to help students prepare for their future. Academic support and credit recovery classes will help students stay on track for graduation. We will be also offering bridge classes in both math and English to strengthen the foundational supports for students to be successful in high school. We will have ELD courses targeted for all ELD students to help with both pre and post assessments to measure their growth throughout the summer. And like middle school, we'll also be offering career and financial readiness with financial literacy and CTE courses throughout the summer. We'll be offering Mount SAC supported courses where our own Covina-Valley teachers will be teaching our students with the help and funding through Mount SAC. We will be offering courses such as math, science, English, history, music, Spanish, and art, as you can see, which also offers students extra academic supports, and some of those being enrichment opportunities. We'll be offering a CSU Algebra with College and Career Readiness course at Northview, which is a specialized course designed to strengthen algebra skills while incorporating college and career exploration. These offerings are designed to support students' academic growth, get them back on track for A through G, also get them back on track for graduation, also provide career exposure, enrich their educational journey, and ensure that they are ready for their future. Last but not least, we will be opening up Trade Tech Academy this summer, which will be focused on CTE course offerings. And we are excited to offer that from June 9th through July 11th with programs that students will be able to take that will give them opportunities to start with practical skills in financial literacy, and then soft skills and career technical skills in CTE. First, the financial literacy class will be open from Monday to Thursday, 2:30 to 4:30. It's a course that equips students with the essential money management skills needed for financial success. We're also excited to open up a new class. It's actually a lab. It's a soft skills lab. It will be open to both adults, but also high school students who want to enrich their work skills or soft skills in areas such as communication, teamwork, problem solving, professionalism, and all those essential key points that are needed in order to be hired and succeed in the workforce. And then we are also offering the following 4 CTE courses, which is fantastic. It's both the welding, advanced welding, metal fab, residential electrician 2, and cosmetology. These classes are going to be open to both new students and continuing students, which is fantastic because if you look at the electrician 2, it's an advanced course. And we are excited to say that it gives students the extra hours that industry needs in order for them to be eligible to earn their electrician training card, also known as the ET card, which is an important credential recognized by employers in that industry, which will help them actually find jobs immediately out of that piece. And we are doing a strong recruitment in order for all students to know these opportunities exist. We will be reaching out through school counselors, administrators, communications through social media, and all over our school websites.
Extended School Year is a special education program for students with disabilities. The program is offered for students to offset the significant regression over the summer. The length of the program is 20 instructional days, including holidays, and designated instructional services such as speech, OT, and adaptive PE will be provided per each student's IEP. Class sizes will follow the contracted ratios. The curriculum used during ESY is the Unique Learning Systems, the ULS curriculum, which uses thematic units to target concepts. The students will also have access to all the curriculum used by the General Education Summer School Program. Our preschool will be using the creative curriculum, which is also thematic, play-based, and focuses on the whole child. Supplemental materials to focus on each student's IEP goals will be also available, and that would include things such as handwriting without tears or touch math. The extended school year program is from June 9th to July 4th. The preschool programs will be running from 8:30 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. The TK through 8th grade will run from 8 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. The 9th through 12th grade will be from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And the adult transition will be from 8:30 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. The longer day allows them for those community activities. The locations for the ESY program will be, the preschool program will be at the Children's Center. The elementary will be at Merwin, Grove Center, and Ben Lomond Elementary Schools. For middle school, Las Palmas, Sierra Vista, and Trawick. For the high schools, Covina High School, Northview, and South Hills High School will be used. And then we will also have ESY at our adult transition program at Fair Valley High School. Okay.
Good evening. Covina-Valley will continue this year with the summer child care programs, starting with our 11 program for grades TK to 5 at Ben Lomond Elementary, Grove Center Elementary, and Merwin Elementary. For grade 6, this year, we will be having it at all 3 middle schools, Las Palmas Middle School, Sierra Vista Middle School, and Trawick Middle School. The dates for the program will run along with summer school from June 9th to July 4th from 12:15 p.m. to 5 p.m. Along with the level, we will continue with our state preschool program on Pioneer Campus from June 6th to August 15th. And from our hours will continue to run from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Our surround care program will be at Merwin Elementary for TK to 5th from June 6th to August 15th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And our Kids Corner and Teen Scene will be at Pioneer Campus for our TK to 8th grade from June 6th to August 15th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And while our students are learning during summer, we're Nutrition Services is happy to provide our free summer meal program. So breakfast and lunch will be offered at all of our summer school locations. And in addition to that, we will open up our meal service to the community, which is typically staggered so that it doesn't, so our students in school are fed at a separate time than our community. But we do welcome all children in the area, 18 and under, that can have a breakfast and lunch for free. Students in the level program will also receive a snack during the after-school activities. And then a couple of locations or a few locations that we're offering an extended meal service. For Merwin, we will offer meals to the community through August 1st after summer school session has closed. Pioneer Cafe, which is typically one of our most popular locations for our families, will be open through August 13th. And Irwindale Park, which is one of our partnerships, we provide free meals to them. But some of our students within that area around Merwin and Manzanita often participate in their summer programs. So we'll be offering meals there for free on August 8th. And typically that's only lunch.
Lastly, we have our projected budget for you. Our general education summer school projected budget is approximately $873,000, with a significant portion of that, $500,000, going to certificated staffing. And then also we have administrative stipends, classified staffing, materials and supplies, and approximately $223,000 for the Alevo after school program. This funding and projection is based on last year's summer school, so it could change based on enrollment this year. Our projection for extended school year is approximately $695,000, with a significant portion of that going to our certificated staffing, $400,000, and our classified staffing, $260,000. We also have materials and supplies, and then busing at $25,000. This also is based on last year's enrollment, so it could change based on this year's enrollment. Any questions regarding summer programs?
I have maybe 3 or 4 questions. I see all the high schools have 2 sections of summer school while Fair Valley only has 1. Could you tell me why?
Yeah, everything's based off of enrollment. So it's going to be, those are just tentative at this point. If more kids sign up for it, then we will offer those opportunities for those students as well too.
So
Keep in mind that I'm sorry.
yeah, Fair
So-
Valley
yeah.
students, typically they're going back to their high school, or the students during the summer school are doing the credit recovery to graduate. So they basically take the class and then once they complete it, they stop. So we've analyzed it over the years and it's about 15 days max. Usually most students are done within 10.
Right. Okay. My next one is, what does the soft skills lab look like that's going to be open, right? Do you
Yeah,
get to
so
go in and actually talk to somebody?
Yeah,
or
it's
you
a
just-
brand new opportunity. It's something new that's going to be happening in adult ed. It's going to be hosted for 2 hours. It's like open session. So we'll be open at any point for any of the adults or high school students to come in, and they will literally work with an instructor on soft skills. There'll be lessons learned. There'll be lab opportunities and different softwares that they'll be using to learn some of those skills.
So somebody shy like me that goes in there and, they'll have somebody actually to work with.
Yes, there's going to
right?
be an instructor, and they're working with the students at the time.
Like one instructor?
Yes, for the lab. It's an open lab. It's not an enrollment based, so there won't be an actual class. There won't be 38 kids. It's going to be open to anyone that comes during that time, and they'll receive some of the more one-on-one attention.
Nice. Okay. And my next one, I don't know actually if this is like a summer school question, but I remember that last year we offered students like MOFT, like apprenticeships. Do you remember that students helped out and got paid and all
Yes.
that? Are we going to offer that again, and for how many students?
We are currently working with CSCA on developing that program for the summer and bringing as many students as we can into those programs with MOFT.
Thank you. And that was it. Thanks.
Thank you for asking those. She took some of my questions. Sorry. So thank you. I just wanted to thank you for including the CTE at the middle school. I know that was something that I had brought up. So I am so glad that to see it come to Covina-Valley now. I know they do it in Fontana right now. And I work with seventh graders and they loved being able to take those courses. And I had students asking me, am I getting credit for high school? Because I took that 2-week course. I said, I don't think you are. But I had a lot of them, transferring to another high school because of the programs they liked. So parents were very happy with it, and the students were very excited. So thank you.
They asked them all.
You're excused.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item C, second interim report, 2024, 2025. Mr. Correa.
Good evening, President Wright, board members, Superintendent Dr. Immenheiser, Executive Cabinet, committee members, and guests. Tonight, we're pleased to present the 24-25 second interim report. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Ms. Christine Tat, Director of Physical Services, and Mr. Victor Mejia, Assistant Director of Physical Services, and their entire department for their dedicated efforts in preparing the second interim report. There we go. As always, we'd like to begin by providing an overview of where we are in the budget process. As shown in the yellow circle, this evening we are presenting the 24-25 second interim report. This report is required to be submitted to the County Office of Education no later than March 17 each year. The Board of Education is required by law to certify the district's financial position twice a year. Once during the first interim report, which is due before December 15th, and again during the second interim report, which is due by March 17th. The three certification options are as follows. Positive, this means the district will be able to meet its financial obligations. A qualified certification means that it may not meet its financial obligations. And a negative certification means they will not be able to meet their financial obligations. We are recommending the Board of Education approve the second interim report with a positive certification.
Okay, so one of the first things that was changed from first interim to second interim was the governor updated his projections for the COLA, the cost of living adjustment for 25-26 and 26-27. So at first interim, we expected a 2.93% COLA for 25-26, and he has decreased that to 2.43, which is a 0.5% decrease. And then in 26-27, he increased that to 0.44%. It's important to note that the Legislative Analyst Office is projecting the 25-26 COLA to be approximately 2.2%, which is slightly lower than the governor's current projections. And that would be a decrease of an additional $350,000 each year going for 25-26 and ongoing. But included in our second interim budget is the 2.43%. We'll adjust that if he changes anything during his May revision budget. The next item that was updated in our LCFF revenue was the unduplicated pupil percentage. We had a slight increase. Now that our CalPADS data has been certified, our current year UPP is 74.18, which caused an increase of a 0.06% for the current fiscal year and the 2 subsequent fiscal years for a 3-year rolling average of UPP. The districts are required to use the 3-year rolling average to calculate their supplemental concentration grant funding. And the funding must be used for unduplicated students, so it does not increase our base funding. These are just the dollar amounts for the LCFF revenue, showing the changes caused by the change in COLA and the change in the UPP percentage. So you'll see in 25-26, we're expecting or projecting about a decrease of 541,000 and a slight decrease in 26-27 of 4,000. For a supplemental and concentration grant, we're projecting a decrease of 77,000 in 25-26. And this is just the totals. So in total, we're seeing that significant decrease of 618,000 for 25-26 and a slight increase of 60,000 in 26-27.
So given the current economic uncertainties and the recent reductions to the projected COLAs for the 24-25 and 25-26 school years, we felt it was important to review the historical trends of these adjustments. So if we focus on the blue bar, at the time of the 22-23 enacted budget, school districts were informed by the Department of Finance that the projected COLA would be 4.02% for the 24-25 year and 3.72 for the 25-26 year. If we look at now the orange bars, during the 23-24 state adopted budget, the Department of Finance slightly lowered these projections, although they remain relatively strong. So there was definitely a decrease from the blue bar to the orange bar, but essentially they were pretty close to themselves. Moving forward to the gray bars, so now that was during the time of the 24-25 state budget. So the current year that we're in, the actual COLA that we receive was significantly dropped to 1.07%. So you can see that on the bar, you can see that there was a significant decline from what we were anticipating to receive. This downward trend continues into the projections for the upcoming year. So if we look at the green bar now, this is the latest information that we have from the governors from the 2025 budget proposal that was issued in January. And you can see that for the 25-26 year, the COLA again has dropped down to 2.43%. What's concerning is that the Legislative Analyst Office has indicated concerns, suggesting that even this reduced projection from the governor remains overly optimistic, and it's recommending an even lower COLA of 2.26%. We anticipate receiving the updated COLA figures from the Department of Finance and the governor during the May revision. However, the final COLAs will not be confirmed until the state adopts their budget in late June for the 25-26 year. So this slide here illustrates the financial impact of these reductions. This slide compares the COLA projections in dollars. So essentially it's the same information, but instead of percentages, we're showing it now in dollars. The line graph shows the significant gap between the initial projections dating back to 22-23 and 23-24. So those are the 2 years at the top bars. And then the two most recent projections, the one that we received in July of 2025, and then the one in January of 2025. So the blue line represents what we initially anticipated receiving back in July of 2023, and the green line shows the most recent projections released by the governor in 2025. So if we isolate the projections from July of 2023 to the most recent projections that we received from the governor in January of 2025, the financial impact on our district becomes very clear. For the 24-25 fiscal year, the district experienced a revenue reduction of $4.5 million. That's not a projection, that happened. For the 25-26 year, the district is projected to experience an additional revenue reduction of $6.7 million. It's important to emphasize that these COLA reductions are not one-time losses. Rather, they represent an ongoing and compounded losses in revenues year after year that significantly is affecting our financial outlook.
Okay, so just reviewing some other major budget revisions. So again, we had our increase in UPP, which was preliminary counts are 0.18% higher than our first interim budget projections. Additionally, we're increasing our projection for interest revenue that the district receives for holding their cash in the cash and county treasury. So we're increasing that projection by $500,000 just based on current deposits and previous year trends. So these are major budget revisions that caused a decrease in our fund balance. So again, our reduction in LCFF revenue, we're experiencing about a $409,000 decrease in culmination of this current fiscal year and the two subsequent fiscal years. We also saw an increase in our special education tuition. This is tuition costs for students that attend our intra-SELPA district programs. And then we also saw an increase in our County Office of Education tuition, and these are costs for tuition for students who attend outside in our County Office of Education programs. So the district is required to present the current fiscal year, 24-25, and the 2 subsequent fiscal years in our second interim budget. So the line that we would want to focus on is our deficit spend. So we're projecting a $7.9 million deficit spend for this fiscal year, a $9 million deficit spend for next fiscal year, and $7 million in the 26-27 fiscal year. The district's required to have a 3% reserve by the 26-27 fiscal year to have our positive certification for our budget. So we do have that at a 5.36%, but we're getting very close to that 3% requirement. So some future considerations, we did have the worst flu and cold season since the past 15 years, and it has impacted the district's attendance rate and funding. We've also haven't seen what the recent fires are going to cause for the state's economy and how the state is going to respond to that. Also, as Mr. Correa mentioned, we have a lot of uncertainty with the future of our COLA, cost of living adjustments that we've experienced in recent trends. The governor and legislators are still in budget negotiations, and we won't know what is going to be in the budget for 25-26 until late June. And contract negotiations for all our bargaining units still remain unsettled. Next steps for the second interim budget, the Board of Education to take formal action on the second interim report at today's board meeting. We will then submit the second interim report to LACO, the Los Angeles County Office of Education, by March 17th for their review and approval. And then we'll still continue to look at how the economy is going, and we will look at the governor's May revision once he releases it mid-May. Questions or comments from the Board of Education?
Thank you so much.
Great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Item 11, information. Item A, Regulation 1325, advertising and promotion AR revision. Mr. Correa?
So based on recent discussions with our high school principals and athletic directors, we're making revisions to our Administrative Regulation 1325 in order to better serve our students. The first revision is to streamline the approval process for both interior and exterior banner requests. The next revision is to create consistency with the size of banners for both interior and exterior banners to 4 by 6. And then the next revision is to create a minimum cost for commercial banners for season at $300. And then the last revision is to allow for deposits to be made in either the site-approved ASB or Booster Club.
Sorry, I have a question. So on the last page of what you gave us, it says there will be a fee of a minimum of $300 per season. Can you explain to me what a season is?
Yes. So, for instance, if we're talking about baseball, the baseball season typically runs about 3 months. So that's what we're referring to as a season.
So we could add to that.
Yeah. Can we, because it could be winter, spring, summer, or fall, depending on who's reading what.
Yes.
So is there any way that we could adjust the wording to?
Yeah. That's a good point. We'll make it a little bit more explicit and clear so that it's specific to the sports season.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And we can also add something if it's going to be at an elementary school and not pertaining to a sports season as well.
Okay. Item 12, public comments. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any agenda items will be granted 3 minutes. Mrs. Robles, do we have any public comments? Item 13, superintendent, board members, student board member comments. Dr. Emmenheiser?
Thank you. Yes, I just wanted to thank Sophia for leading us in the pledge and telling us about all the amazing clubs and activities at Sierra Vista, as well as congratulate all the amazing students and staff that were recognized this evening. Just really nice testament to what's going on in our schools. I also want to thank our staff at Trawick, Covina, and South Hills for hosting wonderful showcases. They were quite the great events, even in some pouring rain. And a special thank you to Ms. Castro, Ms. Rivera, and Ms. Alioto for organizing a fun-filled math challenges family night. I was able to attend, and they created activities that could be easily replicated at home in a game format for students to practice their math skills with. So I want to thank you on that. And I also want to share that the adult education cosmetology students are now offering services on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. They are very skilled students, and I encourage everyone to call TriTech Community Adult Ed and to schedule a service. They're low cost as well.
All right. Item B, board member comments. Ms. Malucci.
Thank you and good evening. I also wanted to thank Sophia for sharing about Sierra Vista and all the great things going on. Congratulations to all the reflection winners. I attended the reception they had for them on Monday evening. It was really exciting to see all the artwork and all the students receive their awards. It's pretty exciting. It's a great PTA program. Was able to attend a couple of the showcases. They were really great. Even Covina in the rain had a great turnout. So it was nice to see the support from the community that was there. I was able to attend a few sites with Dr. Emmenheiser. It's always great to see what's happening on the campuses and the programs in place. And just a congratulations to our CIF champs, our student athletes, all our recipients of the awards administrators and all that this evening, and our employees of the month. Thank you.
Ms. Robles.
Comments? No comment.
Ms. Caceres.
Good evening. I just want to thank Dr. Kearns for her amazing job at the showcases and, getting that parent input and everybody who came out to help her. Great teamwork. It was great to see so many parents. How many parents were at the Covina one?
143.
143. That's amazing. But thank you so much. I know that that's the exact vision I think we as a board had, and you came through. So thank you very much for your hard work and your dedication. And that's it. In the rain. In the rain.
Impressive.
It was. And then our pool, our Covina pool, I got to see it that day, filled with water. So if you guys get a chance to go out and visit Covina High School, it brings little tears to my eyes just to see it. But thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to highlight and recognize competency and success across all areas of education. Excuse me. Whether it's special needs students breaking barriers, struggling learners overcoming challenges, or high and low performing students reaching new heights, every achievement matters. I can read it better now. Tonight we celebrate excellence. Our varsity athletes, athletics are more than just entertainment. They're a vital part of our community and institution, demanding individual sacrifice and collective spirit. We must continue to honor this commitment, hard work, buy-in, discipline, no pain, no gain, define our top student athletes. Beyond the field, these qualities build a foundation for future success, shaping well-rounded individuals ready for what's next. To our winter athletes and CIF champions, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. This is just the beginning of your journey. May your success grow even greater. I'd be remiss not to acknowledge the coaches and mentors who inspire our youth to exceed their own expectations. They're the ones we remember, the ones who fuel dreams and ignite unlimited potential. Sportsmanship, too, deserves a spotlight. As a sports writer from early 1900s once put it, and I'll paraphrase, it's not just about winning or losing, but how you play the game. Play hard, but play fair, because being invited back matters. Finally, to those athletes still chasing the top spot this year, losses teach the greatest lessons. They offer perspective. With reflection and discipline, you can rise above any obstacle. Dust yourself off, get back up, and never give up. Thank you. Item C, Student Board Member Report. Ms. Gianna Herrera, our representative from Covina High School.
Thank you. I would first like to congratulate Sophia from Sierra Vista Middle School for her involvement and leadership at school. I'd also like to congratulate all of our winter sports teams for their achievements and commitment during their season. I'm happy to say that we continue to see great success at Covina High School. Although I wasn't able to attend our recent carnival, I heard that it was an amazing night and brought all of our students, family, and community members together despite rainy conditions. As of right now, our feeder track 8th graders have been getting exposure to our high school through events like Colt Corral, carnival, and tours that took place today, showing them the various courses, clubs, pathways, and experiences unique to our school. I'm especially excited for the implementation of our early college pathway program, which is a course pathway allowing incoming freshmen to take dual enrollment classes throughout their time at Covina, and by the end of their senior year, attain an IGETC certificate and satisfy lower division general education requirements for transfer to CSU and UC systems. My sister was just admitted to the pathway, and she's excited to start it in the fall. I also plan on visiting our feeder track later this month, our elementary schools in Trawick as well, to get important input from our students on the educational matters that are important to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you, Gianna. You represent not just, our Colts, but our district very well. So thank you.
District All-Star for sure.
Yes. Dr. Katanik, too.
Did you in the rain? A lot.
So, item 14, consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Mrs. Malucci. Is there a second? I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles,
Yes.
Sue Malucci.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 15, action items. Item A, authorization for use of approved contracts with Omnia Partners, Region 4 Education Services Center, ESC, and ODP Business Solutions, LLC. Recommendation is made that the authorization of approved contracts with Omnia Partners, Region 4 Education Service Center, ESC, and ODP Business Solutions, LLC, contract R190303 for office supplies, contract R190502 for educational school supplies, contract R210405 for technology, and contract R211302 for cleaning supplies in an amount not to exceed $500,000 for 2025-26 school year be approved. We have a motion to approve by Ms. Robles. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright.
Yes.
Maria Caceres.
Yes.
Rachel Robles. Sue Malucci.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item B, authorization for use of approved Sourcewell contract with Musco Corporation, DBA, Musco Sports Lighting, LLC. Recommendation is made that the Board of Education approve Sourcewell contract solicitation number 041123-MSL and authorize district staff to utilize this contract for the procurement of sport lighting solutions with related technology, equipment, and related services. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Mrs. Robles. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles, Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item C, approval of sport lighting solutions with related technology, equipment, and related services with Musco Corporation, DBA Musco Sports Lighting LLC. Recommendation is made that the agreement with Musco Corporation, DBA Musco Sports Lighting LLC to provide sport lighting solutions with related technology, equipment, and related services for South Hills High School varsity baseball, varsity softball field be approved. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Mrs. Robles. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles, Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item D, resolution number 24-25-10, designating an authorized certifying official for reporting related to the elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds. Recommendation is made that resolution number 24-25-10, designated an authorized certifying official for reporting related to the elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds be approved. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Ms. Robles. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles,
Yes.
Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item E, resolution number 24-25-11, approval of leaseback contract with Miller Construction, Paul C. Miller Construction Co., DBA Miller Construction, for the Covina High softball field project and making related findings. Recommendation is made that the resolution number 24-25-11, approval of leaseback contract with Miller Construction, Paul C. Miller Construction Co., DBA Miller Construction, for the Covina High School softball field project and making related findings be approved. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Motion by Ms. Herrera. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles, Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item F, resolution number 24-25-12, authorization for the submission of an application for South Coast Air Quality Management District Lower Emission School Bus Program. Recommendation is made that the resolution number 24-25-12, authorization for the submission of an application for the South Coast Air Quality Management District Lower Emission School Bus Program be approved. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Mrs. Robles. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles,
Yes.
Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item G, revised board policy 5030. Student wellness. Recommendation is made that the revised board policy 5030, student wellness, be approved. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Mrs. Robles. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Caceres. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles,
Yes.
Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item H, second interim report 2024-25. Recommendation is made that the second interim report 2024-2025 for the Covina-Valley Unified School District be approved. This report is based upon financial data as of January 31st, 2025. As a result of the financial data submitted, it is recommended that the district submit a positive certification of its financial position. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Mrs. Robles. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Malucci. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres,
Yes.
Rachel Robles,
Yes.
Sue Malucci,
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item I, California School Employee Association, CSEA, Covina-Valley Chapter 49 Sunshine Proposal 2024-25. Recommendation is made that the California School Employee Association, CSEA, Covina-Valley Chapter 49 Sunshine Approval for 2024-25 be approved. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Ms. Robles. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Malucci. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres.
Yes.
Rachel Robles. Sue Malucci.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item J. Math curriculum adoption. Recommendation is made that Eureka Math Squared, published by Great Minds for grades transitional kindergarten through 5th grade, be approved. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Motion by Ms. Herrera. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Malucci. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright.
Yes.
Maria Caceres.
Yes.
Rachel Robles.
Yes.
Sue Malucci.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item K, California School Boards Association 2025 Delegate Assembly Election. The official ballot for the election of the candidates to the 2025 Delegate Assembly of the California School Boards Association should be cast at this time. There is one vacancy. The board will vote for no more than one candidate. The incumbent on the ballot is Eileen Miranda Jimenez from West Covina Unified School District. Or we have the provision for a write-in candidate. Any discussion on the candidate choice? Ms. Caceres, you want this, right?
I move that we nominate Ms. Caceres.
I'll second it. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres.
Yes.
Rachel Robles. Sue Malucci.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 16, new items. Board members and superintendent may share any new items. Anything to share, Dr. Emmenheiser?
Not at this time.
Ms. Herrera?
Not at this time.
Ms. Robles? No? Ms. Caceres?
No.
Ms. Malucci?
No, no, thank you.
Okay. All right. Item 17. Let's skip that. There is no additional closed session needed. Move to adjournment. Where's adjournment? We have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Motion by Ms. Belushi, second by Ms. Robles. Any discussion? Roll call?
To adjourn at 9:24.
Yeah.
Correct.
9:24.
Gianna Herrera,
Yes.
Simon Wright,
Yes.
Maria Caceres.
Yes.
Rachel Robles.
Yes.
Sue Malucci.
Yes.
There it is. Our next regular board meeting will be held on Thursday, April 17th at 5:30 p.m. for closed session and 7 p.m. for open session at the Haynes Professional Development Center.